憎みは奪わせない。ほら、もうなさい。えい。倒れるわけにはいかないんです。失望したわ。今のは何？
Come in, drink.
Another child.
相手じゃないわよ。
Shackle.
逃がさない。
Embrace the ugly.
こっちは味方よ。
Ending violence.
お疲れ様です。何か聞こえなかった。ことないわね。皆さん、怪我はありませんか？次はいい子に生まれてきなさい。見つけたわよ。なりたくない。大したことないわね。皆さん、家はありませんか？来なさいよ。
Far north as I've ever been, and I have no intentions of coming here again. Get this over with. Let's keep moving.
Out of the dark.
お前は死んだも同然よ。
Release my
ごめんな加減は苦手なの
flesh is weak. Our vessel.
えい皆さん怪我はありませんか
Savages. Can't even say good witchmen's a dead witchman. Bastards no necromancy.
Ending their violence.
部活に出たしない皆さん怪我はありませんか
Let's
頃にはもう遅いわ。お疲れ様です。
私がついてますよ。もちろん。他に何か必要なものがあったら何なりと。何か嫌な予感がするわ。
Far more than I live. No intentions of coming here again.
お行儀が悪いので誰かに
Let's get this over with before we freeze to death.
I'm right behind you.
All right then. Savages. Can't even say good witchmen and dead witchmen, bastards with necklaces.
今のは何？来なさいよ。
覚悟はいい？真実の時間ね。罪の味をかお眠に吐く。
You're fast.
相手じゃないわ。
聞こえた頃にはもう遅いわ。 奪わせない。今のものにも
こっちよ。
Let's get this over with before we freeze to death.
right?
Let's get this over with before we freeze to death. Far north as I've ever been, and I have no intentions of coming here again.
随分と気を使ってきましたね。気になりません。今もしびれるわ。
You made it through the savage's hole? Or am I seeing ghosts? And you share our black humour, mortal down to the very bone. Alright, we're gonna have to clear up here. See to it that these dogs don't return with yet another dark ritual. Contacted our friends in Evermore. They're gonna send these Stasi down to clean house. If you want a primer on who these criminals turned militia are, then we'll have to speak later. For now, make sure we haven't got some foul straggler lying in wait for their arrival.
No better place than a giant hole to take a leak.
Just get to the point. I thought the priest was being dramatic. Portents of doom are all that strips from his lips at the smallest hint of trouble, but now I see there's some truth to his words. Told me to expect some type of demon up here. Never knew it'd take the form of this winged bastard. And now that confirms an even more sinister rumour. Didn't want you to botch the job. Mercenaries tend to underperform when they know that a bounty spells certain death. That rumour had to do with our lord, Mortifane. His possible dealings with that foul goddess who summoned this creature, Namira. Priest didn't disclose any further than that relation existing, or not. Just told me to look out for anything particularly strange, and well, we saw exactly that. Really putting your life on the line for us, eh? You have my gratitude. If you do exchange words with him, then make sure not to shout. Many of those within the walls are still tragically loyal to that madman. And not only there, but right here. So we'll have to halt this fatal talk if we want to keep our heads. We'll be returning soon once that Lowland Stasi detachment arrives. Stay safe. We'll talk again.
何？
Get on with it. Of course, take the day off adventuring and get a good nap. Till next we meet.
こんにちは。宿屋に着くと少し安心しますね。
何か用？
Get on with it. I hope I have what you're looking for. May the Reach show mercy on you.
Hello? Refined weapons and stunning armors. All for you. At a price. Keep safe.
「おはようございます。今日も一日頑張りましょう。 何？
何か異国風なものはない？マルカスの他の着ていないものがいいわ。
Hello?
Blessings upon you. Something you need? Bye now.
Good day. We're not certain on which prince is involved, but we're certain that the involvement exists. Now we've but to suss out which god schemes against us. With nothing more than circumstantial evidence, which may well fill this hall if it were written, we are most probably dealing with that dark mistress. There aren't many candidates that betray her influence among those pagan tribes. Namira shows herself most through those hag-ravens. I'm sure you've encountered them since your recent battle north. They're the very agents who summon the most wretched creatures into our world, undoubtedly responsible for that winged terror you slew with Jakos. Their arts don't only pertain to summoning, if only we were so fortunate. They transpose humanity with beast and turn many of their kin into warped hybrids. Cunning of man, ferocity of wolves, with all the beauty of their creators. I must also ask you something. Please refrain from sharing the information you're about to hear with anyone else. When you departed to that den all those days ago, in pursuit of the Lord's amulet, did you feel anything strange emanating from it? Were there any markings on the item? Stendar protect us. I hope this is a coincidence and nothing more. It's all weaving together now, a clear tapestry. None of it was random. I must demand silence from you on this matter, lest we summon the blackest reaction from our lord. As Mordephane may be responsible for our interactions with the Witchman, We've now enough reason to believe that he's in concert with Namira. We shan't talk further. We'll only waste time and the threat of treason. We'll need to be swift and take action. Convene with the Archpriest of Evermore. He can be found within the temple there. We must hurry, as our king has sent forth men to oust Mordephane in response to this recent chaos. Morosa will most likely join this entourage, which will make things all the messier. Gods, spare us fortune in these times. Farewell.
Hello.
Get back to me when you've done what I've asked of you. It's better to avoid asking them directly. Actually, I would advise you not to engage with these types at all, or you may land yourself in very hot water. They're very off. Most are drawn from the more unsavoury ranks of our conscripts, with a popular and probably true rumour that half of them are pulled from the exiles. You may know the kingdom is having problems with corruption and bad seeds already. Well, that pales to what these people are capable of. If I were to opine, I'd say they were made from the witchmen rather than any half-sane reachmen we have near the walls. You won't, but they certainly could. Just best to leave them to their business. It's almost always a very dirty affair that will make any witness despair. Trust me, I know. Certain things a civilized man should never do, yet they frequently transgress on that standard. When you think you've seen the worst, they'll surprise you the next morning with some new sickening spectacle. Because they get the job done. Though sometimes it's better to draw these things out when you consider what a fast job like theirs entails. The kingdom has come to prominence in High Rock in short time. Don't think that was done with clean hands. There's rarely clean hands when it comes to getting rich fast. Stay alert.
ほら、また強くなっちゃったわ。
おめでとう。友達になれて本当に嬉しい。感謝の気持ちを示したいの。気に入ってくれるといいけれど。何かお困り？
Are you in need, friend? Oh, these weary eyes mistook you for another pilgrim. Yes, I have heard of you already. The priest has sung nothing but praise for your name. And lest we slip into bad habits, that town is called Raven Spring. Our Nima is an alien moniker, almost sinister. Before I lose myself, Mortafane, that perennial question that hasn't found an answer until now. Sigmane has finally realized his madness for himself. Not that it wasn't apparent for those subjugated to the Mad Lord, but their cries fell on deaf ears. Almost 3 decades of tyranny, with so much cruelty. Ever heard of the Halon family? One of the most infamous demonstrations of Mortafane's sadism, sundering every heart who was witness. Gefir was accused of high treason, with little evidence other than the Lord's paranoid suspicion, bypassing trial towards execution. Yet it wouldn't be Mortafane if there were just a single execution, no. The Lord was ravenous on that day. As the Raving Spring people said, he had a hunger in his eyes. Indeed, Gefir's family was brought before him, and the Lord forced Gefir to see, drawn and quartered, beginning with his youngest daughter. Mortafane had handpicked his dearest executioner, the butcher who would become his chef. One by one they were mutilated, until death had finally come for Gefir. Word was that Gefir had lost the energy to scream when his turn came, a silent resignation. What remained of the bodies was hoisted in the streets. There was nowhere to look without seeing his grisly handiwork. Sigmane has the misplaced belief that Mortafane is a necessary evil, that his is the order that contained the Reach. He assumes a gentler lord would fall to the myriad threats posed on that town. As Raven Spring is our most important asset in the east, its fall would have us eventually follow. It would be a great folly to continue dismissing it. There comes a time when the evidence transforms rumor to reality. Just the nature of her relation with Mortafane is a mystery. What could possibly be derived from that despairing entity? The priests have been worried about Daedric plots for some time, yet most were confined to individual victims. However, the reports we hold on Mortafane conform to a far grander scheme. A plot targeted at Adamantia itself. I shouldn't delay you any further. Horrorster was seen departing from Raven Spring with his party. They'll be convening with Morosa before ousting Mortafane from his throne. You should hurry. Your presence may halt tensions from boiling over. Of course. Such devastation warrants the most thorough contingency plans in case of it happening again. And we are not quite assured by the words of those from Cyrodiil, and that the barrier was sealed by Mordred's great sacrifice within their capital. Better safe than sorry. Death had become life in those long nights following the calamity. Suffering had percolated into every corner of our province. Destruction so total that no kingdom could muster the forces to invade another. There was a glimmer of hope, however. Heroes who battled back the demons within their own wretched hellscape had brought us invaluable information. We had heroes spanning from border to border within High Rock, but none so inspiring to the Reachmen than the daring trio who graced us. A band of mettlesome paragons, each with their respective craft. He who mastered blade and shield, she who weaved wicked sorcery, and he whose speed was unparalleled. The warrior and the mage had relented against Dagon's terrible onslaught, not giving an inch to the Red Horde, while the rogue had slipped past their ranks and went on the most perilous journey any mortal could embark. That is what the tomes show, right into the heart of the Dark Army, to the peak of their tower, ripping the stone from its socket, and from what we could infer, without notice. Upon the tower's collapse, the demon horde fell and the gates had congealed. The rogue was never seen again after that valiant feat. We've commemorated his role in our defense, as honor dictates. His effigy stands at Reach's rest. Now their legacy lives on in their knowledge that we have taught to the militia in the event that another crisis spills into our realm. Good fortunes.
「友達になれて本当に嬉しい。感謝の気持ちを示したいの。気に入ってくれるといいけれど」
It's time, priest. I hope Mortephane has prepared for a life with the beggars. Sigmain and the council made it clear. Mortephane cannot rule. The putrid man has the gall to ignore the will of the king. Where is he, priest?
Pardon, our lord. A last-minute detail within the manor. He'll be with us shortly.
The Hagri is ahead at last. So you finally had your way with the king. Why do you persist to harass me, Vulture?
Horster here will see to your death if you try anything rash, little lord. You have stained the kingdom of Evermore with your ill acts. Your capturing of trade goods and intimidation of merchants have brought ruin to your town and the Reach. Your rights as royalty are now forfeit.
Ha! The audacity. You can place a new ass on that seat tomorrow, but the town itself belongs to no man now. Sigmain and the rest of the Reach now belong to her.
To who, my lord?
This madman has rambled long enough. Arrest him and bring him to trial in Evermore. My stomach reels at the sight of him.
All of your stomachs will reel when you see the lady, I assure you. I showed mercy upon you insects. I relented when the lady demanded this town. But I see the rats have bit the hand that feeds. You'll be the first to taste our domain, whore.
Back! Don't let him run.
hunts to kill every day in hills have got. Can't say the same for the king. Now, if you want his neck, then we got a problem. The only way I see an end to that problem is you fucking off in a coffin or through that gate.
Sec, stand aside. Do you want this town to become a gauntlet for that insane lord?
9 lock my heart. The skies.
What sorcery is this?
I see you, scum.
We can spin.
ああ、とても優しいのね。ありがとう。
恵みは奪わせない。何者にも。
ほら、危ないじゃない。
いや、この相手の弱点は痛いわよ。
逃がす。
どう？
これで息の根を止めてやる。
ねえ、皆さん、怪我はあり
誰
ませんか？
かいるの？
キナレスよ、私たちを導きたまえ。どう？痛いわよ。そこ。もううかつに手出しないことに。私は特別な人間じゃないんです。
願ってことは忘れないで。
争いは避けられそうにありません。この相手の弱点は？
逃がさないよ。
そこ。痛いわよ。
これで息の根を止める。
お行儀が悪いのどの子かしら。
失望したわ。
えい。
今のは何？
この相手の弱点は？安らかに。そう思ったわ。次はいい子に生まれてきなさい。 りなさい。
今のは
皆さん、怪我はありませんか？聞こえた頃にはもう遅いわ。
Got something to say? I know it looks grim, and by the gods I'm terrified too, but we have to follow what the priests taught us. I wish I could remember everything from my training to deal with situations like this. We have to find the others, and then we have to find that stone. Keep close, this is going to get rough. Get close or you'll be an easy target. Get close or you'll be an easy target. Make your peace.
皆さん、お疲れ様です。
Get close or you'll be an easy target.
Yeah, 皆さん、怪我はありませんか？えい。
about it yourself. Now we stand a better chance.
Be on your way. I never asked to be a part of this, Jack. You've done a bit of wheel out of
We can't talk now unless we confront the eye of that beast above. Keep moving until we can find the priest.
it. The boss. Step aside.
Get close or you'll be an easy target. We have hostiles.
Time to take Draw your mark. Piss on your cause.
Yeah.
Bet you remember.
皆さん、お疲れ様です。
Let's focus. We'll talk again. Keep vigilant. set upon soon. Vigilant. We're bound to be set upon soon. Priest!
God's graces. You made it.
Let's focus. We'll talk again.
Come for aid? I must recall how to deal with our situation. Blasted! The drill for this was so long ago. Martin's sacrifice made us too comfortable, made us unprepared. The tower, at the top of this mountain. If we reach it, then we can end this. All other paths are closed off for us. We must climb.
We'll have to try, or us being here will be for nothing. And you, try to find and bring back any lost men who came through the rift. All the men we can get to reach that stone. Been helping out the clergy, right? Smart move. You'll always be in need of those with healing magic. Get to the point. Keep your wits about you.
We meet again. How fare you? Good day. Blessings for your future journey.
Who are you, Oakling?
Got something to say?
Right.
I've heard mention of you helping us out with the orcs. At this rate, you'll be one of our greatest allies. Stay alert.
Come in, freak. Be on your way. Aye. Best get out of this shithole before it really gets bad. If I see you turning into one of them, don't be shocked if you find my hammer up your arse. On your way.
最後の過ちだ。
いい？神罰の時間。
There were rumors of some monstrosity up in the valley. We need to finish these savages off before it's too late.
Mate, you alright? Where in oblivion are we, friend? Stendar, give me strength. I hope you know where to go. Don't cause any trouble now. Aren't you busy with something? More numbers grant us a better chance of making it out of this madness. Still yourself. We're ascending this mountain. Keep your wits about you. Don't lose track of me. This isn't the place you want to get lost in.
Come for aid?
Bend our shield.
気をしっかり
とても優しいのね。ありがとう。
You dog.
Careful.
This isn't a place you want to get lost in. Get to the point.
神、我らの道に光明を。
I'll bear you. We meet again. I'll bear you.
Damn, seems to be locked. There must be another way around these walls. If this world works like ours does, which is a huge assumption, then I think we may have another route to get beyond these rotten walls. Heard wind ushering from that cave down there. Red, which could lead us out through this construct. Haven't many options, so we'll have to take risks. See if you can find another path through this dump. May Mara protect you from the evils to come.
さない。
皆さん今はいませんか？いや
Go on, back. Go on.
You daft!
Need something? No kidding. Thanks for putting your neck on the line for us. After all this is done, you'll be the first to receive a reward from the king himself. We should get going before our luck runs dry. Get closer to the tower. Just a few more yards. I lost track of it. The place you want to get lost. We have hostile. tower. Just a few more yards. You and Radus must reach the top of that tower. We'll fend off these creatures and bide you enough time to finish this. The fate of the Reacher on you two. Mara's love be with you. I hope to see you on the other side. Now go!
恵みは奪わせない。何者にも。この相手の弱点はと。 ね。私たちを導きたまえ。素敵じゃん。これで息の量終わらせてやる。逃がさない。心がけね。
Piss on your corpse.
逃がさない。 しないことね。えいたっ素敵じゃん。誰かいるの？いやえいこの相手も裏切らせない何者にも。
何するのよ。
ほら
来なさいよ。
いいね。素敵じゃん。えいいい心がけね。いやいい心がけね。素敵じゃん。たっいや
Piss on your cause.
いい心がけね。
Bet you admit this now, don't you?
素敵じゃん。
Bet you admit this now.
逃がさない。
たっいや
あったそれだけ。逃がさないよ。
私たちうちに来てない。えい
逃がさない。
たっしびれるわよ。
逃がさないよ。
いい心がけね。やりたくない。
こんなもんだと。逃がさないよ。
ほら気がつくのね。えい
今の来なさいよ。
あ せぬ。魔物にも。素敵じゃない。
苦い。何かご用かしら。
Time to taste the medicine.
Piss on your corpse!
なりたくない。気がつくんだ。いい心がけね。
I'll piss on your corpse!
素敵じゃない。いい心がけね。
Away from me!
素敵じゃない。ほら、気がつくの。いい心がけね。いや、いいほら、気がつくの。し
gods I didn't believe you'd conquer that evil. Those creatures just collapsed as soon as you came through. Do it.
How many are left? What's the damage? Forgive me. The body still trembles. It wasn't I who sealed that rift. It was our friends here. Our fate was in the hands of people who came to this town through chance. Their selflessness for such a hopeless people is more than any words of mine can describe.
Of course. We can't thank you enough for the perils you've been through. I'll make sure that you two will be knighted for this triumph.
Not sure any title can make up with the things I saw in that terrible realm. Before any celebrations, let me have a rest.
A rest well earned, but your friend here may still have energy. Head into the King's Hall and your knighthood will be immediately awarded.
Becoming a knight so quickly is a great boon for anyone, and I don't think I've ever seen someone attain such a privilege without being conscripted. But it is the least you should be compensated for. The toll of that realm on all our minds was great. I'm sure the Nine was watching over us there. Farewell.
Don't hang around.
There were rumors of some monstrosity up in the valley. We need to finish these savages off before it's too late. Keep safe.
Step aside.
何か異国風なものはない？マルカさん他の女が着ていないものがいいわ。
On your way.
何？
何か用か？
何か用？
Hello? Get on with it.
Hello?
Something you need? We have just the bed for the weary traveller. You'll find nowhere safer than here. May the Reach show mercy on you.
宿屋に着くと少し安心しますね。
You all right? Don't cause any trouble. Thank the gods those necromancers are dealt with. We can't thank you enough, friend. You've been a great service to this kingdom. You all right? Don't cause any trouble. Keep safe.
あなたが勇敢な
Welcome. Yes. Our bishop relayed the message that your actions, along with your cohorts, had halted the advance of a powerful deitic entity from invading. For such a rare event as this to occur should call for an even rarer opportunity to award a knighthood. Although your shoulders have already carried the burden of an entire town, I am sure they can carry the unparalleled importance of being a knight. Thousands of men would murder for a chance of knighthood without having to endure decades in my guard. Do not take this reward for granted. Any acts you commit from here on will be a reflection of my judgment, and so any ill deed you commit will stain the kingdom of Evermore. Further, any good you bring will help the reputation of Evermore throughout High Rock and beyond. The peasantry will be forced to respect you. The nobility will accept you as an equal. With time, after having ingratiated yourself within our established class, you may help steer this kingdom with me. If you recite the Knight's Sacred Oath, are you ready to speak the words that only the most valorous have uttered? Very well. I shall start. Revere the Nine and maintain their temples. Serve the King in valor and faith. To protect the weak and defenseless. To give succor to widows and orphans. To obey those placed in authority. To guard the honor of fellow knights. Never to refuse a challenge from an equal. Never to turn the back upon a foe. To eschew barbarity, malevolence, deceit and disorder. And of all, to keep faith. You have completed your oath. Hear me all, those under my protection. Hear me all, kind gods. This person shall forever be a knight of Evermore. Now bask in your newfound fame. Attend to the duties of this land. Help the dispersed and sullen souls, for we have many. One more important gift that we bestow onto our knights, their new apparel. So you can be seen to carry the griffin wherever you go. What have you? I took you for a dexterous sort. A deft approach to any engagement is best for those keen on preserving their lives. Have all who come to see you know who you represent. You should see our bishop or have a talk with Hollister. I am sure they have tasks you can attend to. A tragic figure. I enjoyed having him as my vanguard in the Reach, despite his vicious temperament. Careful Knight, you are talking about a lord here. Such words would have you hung where one were any lower in rank. Mortarfane was no different from those who preceded him in that land, although his application of power may have been a tad more extreme. If only he didn't interfere with the merchants and let them on their merry way to the city, he would still be alive. Such a shame. Cease with the melodrama, lest you incense me. You've only just become a knight. Would be a waste to have that title revoked so soon. Those merchants have brought inordinate wealth to this kingdom, raising the prominence of the East so that it may compare to that of Daggerfall even. No longer the uncivilized hinterland. We are prosperous and proud now, and we will stay that way. Besides, the people of Raven Spring have grown strong, full of conviction, even after all they have gone through. Our greatest soldiers are pulled directly from the Reach, if you haven't noticed. We need them as much as they need us. She was someone who was undeservedly burdened with what she governed, but had took it in her stride. It was a shame she couldn't overcome her antipathy with Mortafane. Oh, I remember the days she was within these very walls, where my father mentored her to become the leader she was destined to be. Fortunately, I've inherited my father's love for the young, and the want to nurture them for a prospective future. A transient council has been assembled to assure order there. You may have met them. Phoenix, Entemon, and Helga. We are making deliberations on Morose's replacement. No people should be without a shepherd for long. Fret not. I'd have chastised you were your words an assumption of her fate, rather than her whereabouts. She had departed the kingdom to visit family in Daggerfall some 4 months ago, with my daughter, though hopefully not to find a suitor for her. No, I will be the one who decides the date for when she is wed. Not her mother, whose conniptions will most certainly have her settled with some undeserving yokel. Why, of course, maybe my most important progeny, Damien. My prodigal son has sought renown and glory in the West. I could not be any more proud to have him continue the dynasty. After my passing, I am assured that his reign will continue to steer this kingdom to new heights. I've received a crow carrying the message of his imminent return. You certainly will. Meeting adjourned.
あら
I've no need for you at the moment. Off you go.
Blessings to you, Knight. Don't cause any trouble now. Those Red Guard vultures... finally gone. That's one less burden we have to deal with. You will... The Imperials at the outpost, right? Kill all those damn orcs off? I hope you made them suffer.
You alright? Seldom, if ever. I had advisors talk on my behalf as the whispers of his paranoia were enough to have me avoid him. That's one of the great merits of bureaucracy, getting those beneath to undertake tasks you wouldn't. Sigmane was far too lenient on the tyrant. The allure of greater prosperity can keep the eyes away from any atrocity. Sigmane's moral failure would be Mortephane's undoing, when that lord decided to take the economy of the kingdom into his own hands. Almost as soon as the news was spread by the merchants of Mortephane's meddling, the decree was inked to have his lordship revoked. The chorus of the world. I'm sure you know of the kingdom and its subjects by now. Sigmane has dispensed funding for a number of renovations throughout the realm. So there's much to do around the realm, and a lot of busy people eager to relieve themselves of any extra duties. And that's where you come in. We're overdue for 3 reports from 3 important assets. First is from Deep Crag, having recently been liberated and is presently under repair. Second is Lonely Griffin's Retreat, fine appellation. Our most remote outpost bordering the northern wastes. You'll have to find a man called Tyr. Careful, he's a short temper. Lastly, there's the mines within the southern mire, the bog for short. I have an overseer there who keeps the labor in check. He'll have our report. Principal reason that you've taken care of our largest hindrances within the realm. Meaning that our gold wouldn't be wasted in a land that would soon be looted again. Beyond that, the relations we have with the provincial merchants are filling the treasury. No need to hoard such wealth when half the land is in ruin. They do. A bit too much, in fact. Almost seems their whims are the king's whims. No greater arbiter than those who control gold. Those merchants have grand plans. Worrying plans. Especially those pertinent to New Orsinium and the trade route it borders. We're still not sure where the orcs have holed themselves. There's many an enclave that's been mistaken for their capital, and we know the orcs aren't content with scant dwellings. What we are sure of is that they're close to the Imperial Road, leading out from the Divide through the valleys to Cyrodiil, a major trade route, and that threatens the merchants dearly. As a military man, I've sought for advice, tactical aid and the like, and the plans drawn for the orc problem are terrifying. From what I've seen, this could be the final epoch of the orc race, only a matter of time until those enclaves in Skyrim are under threat. Eventually there won't be a single hole the orc can call its own. All for a pile of gold. At least this bloodshed won't be all for naught. Don't cause any trouble now. Thank the gods those necromancers are dealt with. We can't thank you enough. You've been a great service to this kingdom.
こんにちは。こんにちは。
Something you need? May the Reach show mercy on you.
Carry the Griffin, Knight of Evermore.
れてきましたよ。
何か用？こんにちは。まあ見ていって。また今度。
Citizen? I'm an Imperial. Do you really need to ask if I've kept up with my end of bureaucracy? Here you go, with the caveat of edit paperwork being sent over in the coming days, so we may be seeing more of each other. Funny you should say that, though I wish the sentiment behind my plea shared that levity. Do you remember the woman we rescued here? The one forced upon by the orcs? Sometimes the invocation of the unpleasant is the best way to force engagement with a topic. Well, the woman, Denise, has vanished, leaving little trace for where she went. She was being tended to by the field nurse, but must have slipped out during the night. My first suspicion is that of her unborn child. She repressed the trauma from her capture, but I could see the despair simmering beneath her strained smile. The nurse told me of Denise's fascination with this local myth, a witch who was known to perform dark rituals and the like. So my fear is that Denise has fled into the wilds in search of that witch, probably in an attempt to deprive herself of that child. Such actions betray a shattered mind. The Imperials are supposed to protect, govern their subjects and see them suffer no harm as long as they obeyed. Yet our stay here has put that pledge to the fire. If we can have one small victory, to do one thing right, it would be this. I wish I could send my own, but we've scant bodies to spare. Good luck, for what it's worth, and bring her back alive. Having spent many days with nary a peep in the Reach, I've divulged in some research to best prepare against the more dangerous folk in this realm. Of prominence are the witches, who are known to steer the witchmen to greater ends, creating archaic military structures which see themselves as lieutenants, with their hag-raven superiors becoming something akin to generals, whether through birthright or practical utility. Given such responsibility, these witches are commonly trained in arts that can command authority. Mostly, these are the offensive magics they employ, which mostly take the form of the ice sorcery you may have seen, to other more sinister invocations that smack of ancient arts. Her name is Zanalata, supposedly. She seldom travels from her lair and is known to make trespassers vanish if they stray too close. However, some are granted the privilege of her presence. For whatever reason, we're not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if such fortunate agents are being weaved into a grander plot by the witch. If there's ever a person you shouldn't trust, it's a witch. Just be careful within her domain. Don't make the mistake of so many others in underestimating her. Enticing words and promises of power have many fall to her schemes. We don't want to see your shriveled head added to her savage gallery. Vale! With it.
あ、何か用か？また今度な。
Forgive me, friend. I have no desire to offend with my presence. Rest assured, however, I am not one of the orcs who raided this outpost. I have a mission
here in the Reach, and that is to cease the racial feud that grips this land. All the centuries of violence have yielded nothing but blood. Now the voice shall make up for where the sword has failed. Through ways seldom seen throughout the province. Diplomacy. That was my education, and I seek to make the most of it here. Despite the ferocity seen on both sides of this conflict, there is the hope for peace. Some will have you believe that peace is paid in blood, but look around, the corpses of that belief. Yet I'm not naive. Compromises will have to be made, with the orcs sacrificing whatever gains they've made in their onslaught. The trick is to roll your tongue. An orc can tell the difference between one grunt and another, but for those who don't share our blood, a lot of good intent gets lost in the weeds. An education in Daggerfall helps too, but you won't be seeing many green faces boast the same. And many want to keep it that way. Certificate or not, an orc is still an orc. Truly a cursed race. Looking for pity isn't for me. Anything else you'd like to discuss?
Hmm?
見つけたわよ。
覚悟はいい？
自分で決めたってことは
皆さん、
忘れないで。
お疲れ様です。のどかなところですね。こういう場所が好きですよ。
Who are you, Oakley? Nothing that affects us, but Bing. Unfortunately for me, you accept him, which isn't surprising. So are you ready to see what those degenerates have been talking about so much? Remember, I won't be coming to scrape your corpse out of those
The flesh.
逃がさない。
On your arms.
これがミキの状態。
From there, mortal shackle. Ending their violence.
I'll piss on your corn.
何か用か？
Don't have. Step aside. What? Away. Who are you ogling? Nothing that affects. Unfortunately for me. Remember, I won't be coming to scrape your corpse out of those tunnels if you don't come back. Be on your way.
Nani ka用か？
興味があるの？実直な仕事にはふさわしい見返りよ。
何か用か？
Be on your way. Nothing that affects us. Unfortunately for me. Fair enough, coward. There could be a fortune within those depths. I'll just rope in another eager kid. Step aside. Not. Unfortunately for me. Remember, I won't be coming to scrape your corpse out of those tunnels if you don't come back.
You all right? Don't cause any trouble now.
What 何が必要ですか?
Something you need? May the Reach show mercy on you.
Hello? Keep safe.
Safe travels. What do you want? Stop wasting my time.
ああ、とても優しいのね。ありがとう。
Something you need? Keep safe.
You all right? Carry the Griffin, Knight of Evermore. You've surely faced worse, if the accounts from Ravenspring are anything to go by. You probably fostered the impression of being the sole guardian of this realm. Don't fret, we've all got our burdens. Lest I forget, the king needs you to become an escort. Knight. Such jests could be deemed offensive to certain ears, but you won't find that with me. Escort in the more literal sense. We've got children soon to depart Ravenspring, their destination being here. Sigmain will elaborate. Oh, never an hour's rest for the kingdom's finest. Were I asked that a year ago, I'd have laughed. But now something feels different. That sensation that had long since died. Aye, that's it. It's the yearning for something better. If we get the right person leading Ravenspring, then Evermore can truly turn itself around. Keep the Witchmen at bay, have all other malcontents dealt with. And now Mortafane isn't here to muddle our plans. All should be smooth sailing. There's disarray among those savage northerners. Won't be long until we reclaim all of the Reach. Peace at last. Well, let's not jinx our fortune. Don't cause any trouble now.
I hope I have what you're looking for.
Something you need? We have just the bed for the weary traveller. You'll find nowhere safer than here. May the Reach show mercy on you.
少し安心しますね。
You alright?
何？
何か用か？
お腹をエールで満たす以上にスカイリムの冷たい夜に対処するいい方法がない。
何か用か？
You were with the Imperials at the outpost. Are you daft?
何かご用かしら。
Hello? Hello?
Those Redguard vultures are finally gone.
おはようございます。今日も一日頑張りましょう。今日も一日わかりました。出発しますか。いい心がけね。
何か嫌な予感がするわ。
覚悟はいい？神罰の時間よ。
今のそっちに勝ち目はないわよ。
I'll hang you from your
立ち上がり
end
な
frame.
の展開ですか？
You're in for it now.
いや
It's like clear to air. Show you how we get down. Time to meet your end. Gonna make big fight out of you.
倒れるわけにはいかないんです。立ち上がりなさい。
I'll fight from your skull.
Child's play.
Jump.
これで見たのよ決めてやる。
Weird. Think you're smart, yeah?
逃がさない。
Stupid wench, wasting such a good piece of ass. It ain't worth it.
お行儀が悪いのはどなたかしら。
逃がさない。
I'll carve you up. I'm done.
覚悟はいい？この相手の弱点はと。
It ain't worth it. Brother down. Kill this bastard already. Bug. Huh. Gonna make mincemeat out of you. Scribble it.
この相手の弱点はと。
そっちに勝ち目はないわよ。
I'll chop you up slow. Make you walk. Shut. How we get down in the reach. It ain't worth it. I'll drink from your soul.
しびれるわよ。
You're in for it now.
や、えい。
Screw this. I'm out of here.
降参する今のうちよ。
えい。
相手じゃないわ。
It ain't worth it.
何するのよ。
どうかしましたか？何を探しているんですか？出発しますか？
Oh no, please go. Don't bring up that memory. I can't go back. It makes me sick what happened there. I need to get rid of this spawn in me. If you really want to help, then you can do that by helping the witch. She's the one who will bereave me of this omen that was thrust upon me. Farewell, knight.
Death bell to soothe the pulse, none root to sear the soul, and ectoplasm to deprive that poor child of the flesh, and have it be ethereal. With these, the seed can be carried from its mother's soil, without too much anguish for either. To have the world for harvest would solve so much. Yet, drawing upon this arcane tapestry cannot make these miracles a reality. You have offered yourself in her aid, have you not? Well, this quest should save the ailing woman's mind. Go yonder and fulfill her desire.
Hello?
I desire to be a mother. Animus that has willed me into helping this woman supplant a progeny unto me, so that I may be imputed with dynasty. Maybe you have not seen, but you're in a tale of mothers. Mothers are weaving stories in every stride you take. Who knows what they have laying down your strand? And with my own child, I will have another destiny to write from my own. A fate that will leave red the world in its spill. And so the soon-to-be will never be. This child will be yanked from the mother's bosom. Better today than to leave it destitute and unloved tomorrow. Poor soul, to not even have the love of your mother. Nature does weave the saddest tales, doesn't it? Enough time has been wasted in idle thought. Now comes the time for the visual result of our dilemma. Surrender yourself, deniers, lay upon the cot and wish for release. The torments that haunt you will cease to be.
Knight, could you come closer? I'm scared. I owe you my life, Knight. Forgive me for all that I've put you through.
How can few shepherd many? A blanket of illusion keeps the lamps warm at night. Life is simple, life is just. Shrink back to your whole child. Such godly matters aren't for you.
Gods, I feel sick.
Want, desire, dream, ambition unfold. We all pull towards our ideal, and may the souls be parted.
こら、やめなさい。してあげるわ。危ないじゃない。相手じゃないわ。いや、逃がさないよ。こっちは味方だ。
常に銃だ。
止めてやる。そう思ったわ。
皆さん、お疲れ様です。